Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I have another Eosmon deck for you because you know it is my absolute favorite deck, and as we are coming to the end of BT7 in a couple of weeks, I want to get the most out of this format as usual, give you another really fun Eosmon deck to bring to your locals or to play around with and maybe do well with. It is probably one of the more aggressive Eosmon decks I've built. Usually I'm able to kind of stall enough with my Eosmon decks and then build up a board and go for game, whereas this one's just a little bit more aggressive, and you'll see why in just a moment. At the moment I'm just doing a hell of a lot of practice for the Ultimate Cup, which is coming up very soon in Europe. It's on the 30th of April, so I'm super excited for that, so wish me luck. I won't tell you what I'm playing in there just yet because I want to leave it as a surprise for you as soon as I ideally do well with this deck. I'm very proud of it, so I'm excited to bring that to you. For the meantime, I have this really cool Eosmon deck to share with you guys, and I really like it. As you know, I am a prevalent Eosmon player. I bring Eosmon to my locals all the time. I think the deck is really fun, and sometimes it can actually do some really cool stuff and people don't know how to deal with it sometimes. It might not be a top tier deck, it might not be, you know, tier 1 or tier 1.5, but it still has potential as a rogue deck, I believe anyway. So without further ado, let's get into it. Make sure to go to topdecktcg.com and use code BULB810 for 10% off your next purchase. To start you all off, from the thumbnail you probably know now at this stage that we are playing Red Eosmon. So we're going to start off with our Capyrimon. I think this was the best egg because a lot of the red eggs are just, you know, DP depletion, but they usually have specific requirements where this one is the one that's most likely, in my opinion, in this deck to get its effect off. When you have a tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP, which is great because you will the majority of the time have a tamer in play with Eosmon. It would not be an Eosmon deck without your 4 Morphomon. We know what this does at this stage, you know, reveal the top 5, add an Eosmon and a Manoa. And I think it's quite important for getting your extra pieces. You know, you're always gonna hit an Eosmon in this deck. So now I'm only really playing one other rookie in this deck, and that is our Geomon, just for some extra draw power. When attacking, you get to draw one, and sometimes he survives, especially with the extra 1000. You know, he's 3000 DP with the egg underneath him. It just gives you that little bit of extra draw that you sometimes need in Eosmon, because a lot of the time you're cycling through your deck, not actually drawing one that so you'll be able to get your Eosmon pieces very easily, but getting the other stuff you need to draw. As usual, I believe every Eosmon deck should have 4 of the level 4 Eosmon. It's a very good card, although this format I wouldn't be hard playing it. I would be digivolving it on top of your Morphomon a lot of the time because you really don't want your opponent to be getting tamers this format, and there's plenty of them, so they're more than likely going to have a tamer in their hand. So yeah, I would digivolve that Eosmon, but it is still important to have the 4. On to our level 5s. We know how this goes every time. I am playing 1, 2, 3,
1 eternity later.
15, 16 Eosmon. I always stick to at least 16 Eosmon in my decks, my Eosmon decks. You'll kind of see that from the previous ones anyway. I think it's a good number of Eosmons that you will always see your Eosmons when you need them, but at the same time it still gives you a chance to add some extra spice into your deck. Then I am playing 3 of the level 6 Eosmon. When you digivolve into this, you get to add an Eosmon underneath it for every tamer that's on the board, both yours and your opponent's. Then if you've added 2 or more, you get to delete a dude, and then for every 3 that you have underneath her, she gets security attack plus 1. So that's already super aggressive and very cool. And then all of these Eosmon add an extra 1000 to her when they're underneath as they're inheritable. So bear that in mind for now. Then we have 2 of the other level 6 Eosmon that came out in BT7. It's only a 3 cost to digivolve into, which is great. And so all of your other Eosmon get an extra 1000 DP. So all of your 6 cost, your 6000 DP Eosmon now becomes 7000 DP Eosmon, and it'll give the 13 up to 14 and so on, but that's only on your turn. But also on deletion, she allows you to play an Eosmon from your hand, a level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying the Digivolution cost or without paying memory cost. So it's a cool card, gives a little bit extra DP boost and can come in clutch sometimes. Now, to make this deck super aggressive, I have added in 2 Susanomons. This card is really good with this deck. Think about it. You have your Eosmon, your Susanomon, and we'll say you've been able to add 3 Eosmons to the bottom of this in the first place. So now you've got your Susanamon, who's swinging for security attack +2, and instead of being at 15, he's at 16, 17, he's at 18,000 DP, so not much is going to be killing this bad boy.
That's a lot of damage.
And again, depending on how many more of these Eosmons you have underneath, you get to up the DP. And if you have this one, you can play Tamer for free because of the inheritable. So, like, I see no downside. And also, you could Digivolve on top of the other Eosmon. You still have all the security checks, and you might have an extra 1,000 DP underneath. So he'd be 16,000 DP instead if you've gone into Digivolving this the regular way. Now for Tamers, I have 4 Manoa because she is the best for this deck, of course. I have the 1 Takumi and the 1 Tai and Matt, your low end, your high end. So a little bit of extra memory for your high end. Also, this helps you, your Takumi helps you for a little bit of extra drop power. And we're moving on to some option cards, which are really cool. As usual, cutting edge. I always like to have a cutting edge in the deck because being able to play an Eosmon and delete something at the same time is very powerful still. Then for the red side of the deck, I'm playing 2 of the Flame Memory Boost. This gives one of your Digimon an extra security check. So say you've got your Susanamon on board with a good few of these guys underneath. Now you've given him an extra security check. So now he's checking for security attack +3. Super aggressive. We like it. Not much is going to be killing this insecurity. Even a Wyvern's Breath won't be able to deal with this, like, so that'll be great. I'm playing 2 Gaia Force because they're really cool when they go off in security, and sometimes you want some big removal. So you've got a good bit of removal in this deck. You've got this Eosmon, you've got Susano, and you've got your Gaia Force. So that's a good bit of removal from this deck. I'm playing 2 of the Shadow Wing because I think this card is actually, I think it's overlooked a little bit. It can give one of your Digimon +3,000 DP. So if you wanted to give your Eosmon an extra 3,000 DP, that'd bump her up to 16,000. Again, not much is going to be killing 16,000 DP. Give your Susanamon an extra 3 on top of anything else he's got underneath him. He could get up quite high, which would be very cool. But the security effect of this is what's really important. All of your Digimon gain +1 security check. So imagine a load of Eosmons with +1 security check, and imagine your Susanamon getting another security check, so again swinging for 4. And then finally, I'm playing 2 Delicate Plan because what's better than swinging into a security with a Susanamon that has, I don't know, maybe security attack +3, he's got a fuck ton of DP, and now any option cards that he hits will not go off. I think that's pretty cool. This is my aggressive Eosmon deck. I will be bringing it to locals soon. I've tried it out a few times in the house. I've done a little bit of testing with it, and I've been able to build up to my Susanamons quite a bit. You can up the number of Susanamons, but you want to keep the price of the deck down as well, of course. And you only need to see him once for it to be huge trouble for your opponent. Let me know what you guys think of my cool Eosmon deck. And of course, I hope everyone's testing is going really well for the Ultimate Cup. If, like me, you are an Eosmon stan, let me know what you play with your Eosmon decks. I'm going to continue to be playing around with this deck for the rest of my life probably, and I'm going to be playing with every format to see if I can build something cool out of Eosmon every format, just because I love this deck. I think it's great. It's great fun. Right, I will see you all next time. Bye.